Before we get stuck into this week's episode, just want to say a very quick thank you to Alt Cult, Rockstar Finance, Hydra Rehearsal Studios, and Squid Ink Screen Printing for their fantastic support. Now it's on with the show. Welcome to the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew.
I'm Anth.
I'm Lee.
Tonight is another THRS Takeover. We've been joined by Warbirds. Thank you very much for coming in tonight, gentlemen.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Details are at the bottom of the screen right now. You know what to do, so follow us on all of our social media channels. Follow Warbirds on all of their social media channels as well. Follow and subscribe YouTube in particular, because that's where all the extra content, especially from episodes like these, will go to, as opposed to television, because you won't see it all in 1 hour of TV. We have Patreon and sponsor packs out there and merch if you want to support us in any way, shape or form. But as preface, tonight is a takeover. We have the guys from Warbirds here, and we're going to go through a bunch of questions, a bunch of stories, a bunch of video clips that these guys have chosen for us. And I think in lieu of anything else, we'll get into the question shortly, but let's kick off the episode with one of your clips. What are you going to play for us?
We have got a selection of 4. I'll start off with Freak of the Night, our latest single off the new album.
Yeah.
It's a good way to kick it off.
It is. Beautiful. If I'm correct, we worked out only a short time ago that it's almost 5 years to the day.
Exactly.
You guys were
3 days.
last on the show. So
we look exactly the same.
I don't think any of us can say that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Same haircut.
A bit hairier, a bit bigger, and a bit wrinklier.
In a good way.
Yeah. So I think back at that point in time, we were talking about the Almost in Reach EP, which I don't think you can even get.
You can. We've still got a few copies left over.
That's back in those days. We're going to get onto the new album shortly, but what has sort of the last 5 years been like for Warbirds in a nutshell?
2 little Indians.
It's been hard, I guess. It's been a bit of a battle. We've had lineup changes, and and shit happens in our lives as well. So whether it's health issues or people passing away or breaking up with people, or but it's been good. We're so happy to be in this situation, in this position right now. We've never been stronger, and really happy and proud of the album at the moment. So I don't know. We've bought more gear. That always happens. Retail therapy. But yeah, no, it's been a transitional period. Me and Lee have always stuck together and kind of held the fort and kept pushing. It's been good. So anytime I'm feeling a bit shit, he'll kind of say, "Fucking get shit together," or vice versa, man. Yeah. So it's good. It's really good.
That's cool. So I think when we last spoke, you had the Almost in Reach. You've had the Control EP as well, and now you got the new album Order from Chaos, which is fantastic. You would have seen our review recently. I guess tell us about the story of this album. Is there a story to go with this? It's always a collection of songs and stuff, but is there a particular the journey from like the Control EP, which was a couple of years ago now from memory?
Start of 2018, so almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago, yeah. So from that sort
last year
bracket of time to now, what's been the journey of getting to this point in particular?
Well, we wrote for the album, as well as we had a bunch of songs that we played live, and some we still loved.
Yep.
And we kind of kept the same, and some we would dissect and turn them into new songs.
Yep.
So there's a couple of songs on there that 4 or 5 years old, roughly.
There's a few on there.
And one song, which is actually the title track, ended up a last minute throw on, kind of like my symphony, which is Order from Chaos.
Yeah, we kind of finished it in the studio.
Yeah. We never played it.
Wow.
No, we didn't play it with a bassist or anything like that. So, and you know, the feedback we're getting, we knew it was a strong song. It felt right. I think it was quite symbolic. I think as a title track, it worked really well. But we both agreed we need to record it and get it down. So Lee and I got in for a quick jam, just to see what it might feel like playing, and then we recorded it and we tracked it, and yeah, it was good. We did it all quick. We actually tracked that song really quickly, mixed it. Not that we didn't spend time on it, but we just kind of locked it in and got on with it. So, but yeah, there's songs. You know, there's a couple of songs out a few years old. Most of them are pretty new, man. Obviously, we've got a couple from the Control EP that we put on there as singles as well, which is recommended by a few people, and we love it. It works really well as a body of work. Yeah,
cool. Oh, let's cut away to another clip. What do you got next for us on this one?
It was Winery Dogs.
Yep.
Time Machine.
Yeah, Time Machine. Beast of a band. We love them. Another 3-piece. Enjoy.
Now, getting back onto Order from Chaos, we've touched on it briefly. Let's get into it a bit more. Do you, either of you, have any particular personal favourites on this record?
Me, I love Sleeper.
Yeah.
I like that song. It's just this little bit audio slavey, and it's just got that 90s chorus kind of melody thing going on. That's probably one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because that song, that was one of the ones that we had in the set for probably a couple of years, I think, maybe, I don't know. And we just played it. It's good, you know, love the song. I think once we recorded it and when it was finished and listened to it, I go, fuck, it's a good song, you know. Order from Chaos probably stands out a little bit because of the circumstances behind it.
Yep.
I think The Suffering, which is the latest songs.
That one too.
Love the drive, the groove, big chorus, a good breakdown in the middle. It's not always about having big solos in there and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
the guitarist said that.
but you know, it depends. You know, if it's a shitty rainy day, you know, track 6 might be the one, or if it's, you know. So I think we've written, you know, a bunch of songs there that complement different moods and stuff. Yeah. So I think, you know, they all have a different flavour.
Yeah. All right. So with this one, because I mentioned in our review that I'm not normally in the favour of putting a lot of songs onto a new album. I've criticised it before, but on this one it works really well. But what was your decision to put things like Reality Check, Control and My Symphony and stuff on this album when they've already been released, especially on the previous EP?
We wanted the strongest body of work we could on a debut album. The EP obviously wasn't released in fucking 80 countries in the world or whatever, you know, you can stream it and all the rest of it. So we remixed all those 3 songs, and the EP it's not that old, you know. So it was recommended by, you know, a couple of people. Matt was one of them. With Colour Sound. He said, put them on there, man. Like, you know, Reality Check's an older song, so it's a bonus. It's classified a bonus track on the album. And it's a great way to end the album as well. I think after the album's, you know, officially finished.
No, that wasn't on anything. It was just a single.
No, it was just a single. Yeah. And they work together. Yeah. You know, we're all in the same mindset, writing the EP as we were doing this. So I think we will be. You know, we're going to take a massive dramatic turn and have mohawks next album and fucking do a punk album or something. You know, so,
I'd be very surprised if you
did. That would be funny, huh? So I was 50-50 about it, I think, and then we thought, you know, fuck it, let's just we'll remix them. And they sound solid, and I think it actually flows really well. It's almost like a concept album the way it travels. It's really good.
Yep. So you're happy with the way the whole thing's come together then, like the flow of the album, all those things? Because I'm big on an album being an album. It's an entire journey to go through, and this one being ticks in at over 50 minutes on this one. So, which it's just on an hour, I think it is.
I think it's 62 or something.
Yeah, so, like that. And that, to me, it's a good thing when an album goes for that long and you don't lose attention at all. I didn't lose attention listening to it. But do you feel the same sort of not pressure. Pressure's the wrong word because it's your debut album.
Yeah.
But at the same time, was there emphasis on wanting to really make it the track order flow correct and get the whole thing to sit right?
Yeah. I think for me, I always want to do something, not stick to one genre. So if we want to do like a blues song, we'll just do it. Or like Drowning for Hope. It's like totally different to anything that's on
Actually, Lost is one song that we both love.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, like I believe would like that to be the another single.
Yep.
Getting that fucking together was hard.
Yeah. The
That was
final
really
track
hard.
order.
We did a few of them. Matt did one, and he just quickly slapped it together. As, thoughtfully, don't get me wrong, but in the studio, okay, what do you want to do? And so initially, we're going to open the whole album with "Freak in the Night," and then we'd, and I thought "Save" was a nice one to kick in, and it fucking works beautiful.
Yep.
Works really well, and so this was back to front at one stage.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was hard. A lot of songs there. Well, 13 of them anyway. Knew one was going to be last. But yeah, it's. I think we've done a pretty good job.
Well, I'll say you have, but that's that's for me to say and for you to find out when you listen to it out there. So we'll go to another clip. We haven't predetermined this one, so what do you want to go to next?
What do we
do
have
the
here?
technology thing and work.
All right, we'll do a local one.
Yep.
We'll have to give a shout out to our brother Matt and Mark Robbins in Cicadastone. Try to My Hopes is a fucking great song. We love it, and it's an awesome clip.
Yep.
Never gets old. It's good to watch, good to listen to. So yeah. Enjoy.
We have briefly touched on this, but you did this one predominantly with Matt and Colour Sound Studio. So you've got some mention there to Studio 1B and stuff as well. So tell us about the production side of getting this album out there. There's always one track was done with Noel Goldwyn as well. So you got
there was no like new theory or anything like that. Like we obviously did the EP, so we're familiar with the place. I personally really enjoyed working with Matt as a vocalist, and as a guitarist. Obviously, we both kind of have that same interest. Well, play the same instrument, whatever. But and obviously, we were going in. It was just me and Lee. It was. I don't know. We didn't do anything different. We knew what to expect. We knew how to hit the ground running.
Yeah, we did a fair bit of pre-pro.
Yep, and we prepared for it, man. Yeah. So even though it felt like we were not in over our heads or anything like that, but we did. Well, actually, our pre-production was at Studio 1B with Dave Warren.
Yep.
Who's a good man. And so we were ready.
Yeah.
So we smashed it out. We did 11 songs mixed and tracked in 11 days. So.
Well, you were saying you did the drums in how long before?
Day and a half.
Which is no small effort.
No, it wasn't easy.
Thankfully, I wasn't there for one of the days.
No. I was a bit of a mess.
It was too much.
My ears hurt.
So you did the whole thing in 11 days? Drumming was a day and a half, so the rest was guitar, bass, vocals, and mixing. I'm assuming.
Mixing actually, no, we tracked it in 11 days.
Okay.
We tracked it in 11 days and we mixed. Yeah. But again, that was all done within 3 weeks, I think, of time. I said Matt was great. It was juggling sessions. Obviously he was still busy. I was really sick at one stage, so I couldn't really sing properly, and so that was stressful.
Yep.
And he was good, man. He was really good. Pushed us all the way. Knew when to stop.
Yeah.
There was no hiccups. It was always good, man. It was all positive. At the end of the day, it was like there was urgency behind it, but it was a positive experience, and we knew we had something good happening. So, it was really good.
All right. And you chose "Freak in the Night" as the lead single from the album. So what made you decide on that one as the lead single?
Just wanted something a bit darker, a bit more edge. I think that song's got all of our influences in it.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah, and it's different from Symphony was the last clip and single that we did.
Yeah.
We really love the groove, the riff. The bass riff and the guitar riff, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
And if I don't say so myself. and we loved how that we kind of, it was a natural song, good progression, something like you said, something different. We liked that, pushing that kind of bit slow, heavy kind of blues riff based song, and I think it was a good idea.
All right. Yeah, no, it was a good idea. Because for me, it was one of those songs that, like, it's different from the rest of the stuff you've released previously. So it took a second, but the hook in the chorus is fucking fantastic. So it's one of those ones.
Well, that song, I had that riff for ages, and had no idea what to do with it. So we'd get into the studio, jam it, and we'll try and put some vocals to it or something, and Lou will be pushing, pulling it. I'm like, fuck, I've got nothing, man. I've got nothing. And smashed a bottle of wine at home, went out the backyard with the acoustic, Siggy or whatever it was back then. And I wrote a chorus. And then the next day you sober up, kind of thing. And I had it written down and recorded or whatever, so I wouldn't forget. And it wasn't that good. I remember my wife was coming home from work or whatever, and she called me up and said, look, it won't be long, I'm just fucking around here. By the time you get here, I've got dinner ready or whatever. And I actually used the chorus lyrics in the verses and kind of gave it kind of a, I went, fuck it, this works awesome. So I spent the next 3 hours and finished writing it, like in that night it was finished.
Cool.
So I just needed a bit of inspiration, just kind of a little bit of a click, and we were wrapped with it once we kind of got it happening, and we all did our own thing from that point on.
Yeah. So you mentioned the song "Lost" before. Are there any other? If you're going to talk about it, I'm not sure, but we'll try it. But what do you think would be upcoming singles off of this album, either collectively or individually?
We have no idea.
No idea.
No. We reckon they're all singles. We're going to release 11 of them. I don't know.
It's hard.
Don't know.
Like,
don't know. I can't answer the question. It's almost a coin toss. A lot of the feedback we've had has come from different angles, and and they're all very different songs. So it's not like they're all quite similar. There's three that have got a special little 1% going for them.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you, man.
We'll have to wait and see.
Huh?
We'll have to wait and see then.
You have to wait and see.
That's your out. That's how you get out of jail.
Wait and see. No, there's nothing planned. We do have a single coming up, but we don't know exactly what it'll be. But it'll be out soon.
All right, let's go another clip then. What have you got next for us?
Massive influence. It's Tea Party, Fire in the Head.
Good song. Alright, I do want to talk about My Symphony because there's a story to this song, and it was a throw-on track on the Control EP. It was ending up becoming a single and a video clip, which then made it onto this album. So it's a song that out of nowhere has just sort of kept on keeping on for you guys. For me, I've loved it, and for all of us at the show, I think it's a unanimous favourite for us here at the THRS family. But what does that song mean to you guys, knowing its beginnings to where it is now? It just keeps on going. It's one of those ones.
It's just another one we kind of finished in the studio, and it was a good photo too.
After you had to track it, it was it was a work in progress. So it was always evolving, I guess. And we've got we'll have another little surprise with that song in the near future. Which will blow your socks off.
Okay.
If you think it's good now, but no, we love it. We love playing it. It sits really nice with the rest of the songs, we love playing it, and we're wrapped that we wrote it. I guess I don't know. It does keep keeping on, and we know when we play it live as well. It's we've kind of got everyone's attention. There's tension within the song itself, so it's a good release. Breaks up the set nicely as well.
Is it funny to have? I don't want to use the term throwaway song, but it wasn't one of the ones you thought was going to be.
Look, it was always going to be on the EP.
Yeah.
But we didn't. You don't know how strong it is until. A lot of times when you're playing songs live, you'll have your favourite, and you have one that might feel like a filler, but you really know its value when you do some pre-production.
Yep.
When you can hear it back.
Yep.
But once you record it formally like this, and then you realise how strong some things can sound. So it really
dogs always do something.
Yeah. So it's I think we all, when we listen to kind of the final mixes, when we kind of got it down with fuck, it sounds really good, and with whatever guitars that were picked to be used during that session, and it all just sat perfectly. So I think sonically it's also really good as well.
Cool. Well, you did mention the live stuff, so here's a couple of questions for you on that front. So, what do you love most about playing live? It's a relatively stock question, but I don't think we've covered that one here with you guys on the show before. So let's go into it now.
You go first.
For me, it's peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I feel that peace. For me.
Yeah.
It's just
in the zone.
In the zone.
Yeah.
Zen.
Cool.
Feng shui.
Yeah, I guess it's. I think why we all do it, I guess, as musicians or artists of any kind, it's a release. It's to get how could I say, when you're playing to someone, say having someone getting off on what you're doing, and that kind of
the feedback loop.
Yeah, which is really cool. I don't know, it's a good adrenaline rush as well. You get nervous sometimes. We just did a launch a couple of weeks ago. We hadn't played in a while and playing new songs, and obviously building up to it. It felt like it took an eternity. So
okay, something fell down.
I'm not worried at all. So it's I don't know. Some people play soccer or can build model aeroplanes or whatever. This is what we do, and we do it well.
Yeah, very well. I will say you did very well live. Fucking fantastic band live.
So we love it. I mean, if we can obviously do it for a living,
it'd be
it would be pretty good. But we'll never stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like building up to the album launch with the Rock Pit 10th anniversary show as well? That was it was a cool thing.
Well, that was another thing that put obviously an end time to kind of finish it, which I think both of us wanted. Something that was going to give us a fucking definite finish, so we have to get this done now.
Yep.
Push.
There was a little bit of fucking around, I guess, but I had an interview with Sean Bennett, which would have been for the My Symphony release, which actually I caught up with him.
Because he was down in Melbourne for them.
He was here for to interview John Stevens or something like that. And it was a last minute add-on. So his guy said, look, you can catch up with this dude from this dodgy Melbourne 3-piece or whatever. And we were supposed to catch up for a half hour, 45-minute interview at the Queensbury Hotel, and we're there for 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's familiar.
We've been here for 3 days. And so we kind of really kicked it off and became, professionally, obviously got along, but also really good mates.
Yeah.
And we'll obviously stayed in touch for the whole time. He loved the band and the songs, and and so he said, look, we've got this gig, do you want to play? I said, yeah. And I said, look, it's your 10th anniversary, why don't we'll try to do some kind of launch. So initially we'll do a music video launch, we'll do an album launch without actually officially releasing the album. We'll do a string of launch shows.
Yep.
And it was really good. Echo de Tusca, also really good, friends with them, and Sean's always been, obviously, pushed them as well.
Yep.
He brought down a band called the Silent Deeds from Perth, so they paid their own way to play the Evelyn.
Wow.
Another really cool 3-piece, awesome blokes, really lovely guys, and they ended up having Palace of the King headline the gig, so it was really good. It was an awesome vibe in the room. It was really, really good, really positive, really happy. So I'm all up to it. It was good. Yeah.
So now a question without notice from Nikki.
No.
So it's not as bad as it might be.
You can't have my undies, Nikki. No, it's a no.
She likes to take a bra off and throw it at gigs, but that's right. There you go, Nikki, now you're in the shit. So she wants to know if you have a favourite song to play live.
Oh, you can go first.
Cashmere.
Okay.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Really?
It's fun, man.
Yeah, right.
It's got a cool groove.
I
to
like
it.
that song.
Yeah.
It's good because we throw that in control.
Yeah.
So that is good. It opens up. It's a good feeling. It is good fun. Really.
Oh,
Fuck. That's good.
Okay. Our songs.
You didn't even pick one of our songs.
Yeah, our songs contain the rage. That's all it's fun to play.
Yeah.
That's a good fun one.
Yes. That's the song that we had, established song, and Touch a Thing with that, and that came up awesome.
Yeah.
On the album. It's a really good, strong song. I've always really enjoyed doing Prison Cell, which we don't have in, not that we don't have in the set, but we know it's from the EP.
Yeah. Ages.
Yeah, it's been ages. That's a good, big, heavy bass riff. It's got a little sentimental value for me personally, anyway. Reality Check's also a beast to play.
Yeah.
It's always fucking, pretty full on. Freak of the Night's a good one. Hand Grenade's a good one.
You got the whole list here. If you had to pick one, if you got a chance to play one song and it was your choice to play it live, what would it be?
Collider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good kind of Middle Eastern inspired kind of riff.
Nice.
And that's, you're in third gear the whole time.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's 3 minutes and a bit of just intense, heavy rock. It's good to sing, good to play. There you go.
Cool. There you go, Nikki. That's for you. All right. With that,
That's for you, Nick, yeah.
all right. Let's go to another clip. What have you got for us? We haven't planned this again, obviously, so we're just going to go to the technology side of things and see what we've got for us.
Side. Well, this is one that I've picked.
Okay.
Arguably one of the greatest bands ever. Probably the greatest band ever, along with the Tea Party. That's Van Halen. Running with the Devil.
Nice.
Thank you.
So, since we had you on the show 5 years ago, things have changed in the personal life front. So I want to know how you go, especially in your case, Anth, with balancing what you do in a band with having a family, especially a young family. You do. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
It's hard. I think having a great partner who pushes what you do.
Yep.
So my wife Marie's fucking brilliant.
Yep.
In that respect, she knows that's part of who I am.
Yep.
So that makes it a lot easier. I think in comparison to other friends, or you would have heard this.
There are horror stories.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm effectively a stay-at-home dad now, man. I do maybe 20 plus hours a week. I do a couple of big days at work, and so that's kind of broken up now really well. Where I can, being an ex-qualified or qualified chef, ex-chef, kind of run the ship at home, help with Harv, and also have time to play.
Yeah.
So I've probably never been in a better position than I have now to write music and play and sing and do everything. So it's good. It's good. It is testing sometimes. It was really hard when I was working full time, and it was really hard to make time, quality time. Yeah, where I can switch off and spend 5 hours fucking playing. So but it's good. It's good.
But there's obviously balance.
There's balance. I don't have any kiddies yet. But I also have an awesome partner, Tash, who supports me, lets me practice whenever I want. Yeah. I make a lot of noise.
That's important for him to come and have that.
It's a bit easier for me. Yeah. At this stage. But she supports me. She knows what's coming. Yeah. She's on board.
That's good. And also Marie and Tash are best friends as well.
Okay, well that makes life easy, yeah. So it's a big family kind of. It is. Well, especially with the lineup you've got now, I guess, as well. So
my brother Ben.
So it's a big family institution at Warbirds.
It is, It's good. It actually works really good. Usually families are dysfunctional and fucked up, but this one actually is pretty good.
That's cool. No, it's good to hear that, because there's always that human side of things. There's always a price to pay for that, especially for the people around you that you love the most, but also love you the most. And it's a fine balance between what you pursue versus what you got to give back.
Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. So
especially with this kind of stuff, when you're playing original music, you're not making it. Obviously, you're spending a lot of money,
to not make a lot of money.
Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. It's what we do, and that's it.
Cool. So we did touch on it briefly. You got the new bass player. I think bass player is the position that's been the revolving door for Warbirds since the beginning, just about. So you finally settled on that. It looks like we're able to confirm that. I'm hoping.
I don't think we've settled. I think we've got the right guy.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Good way to put it.
Yeah, and it's good. It was the filming that we did at a Whole Lot of Love. Ben jumped in kind of at the last minute, and we had
something like 5 days notice.
Yeah. We and he's a really talented player, both bassist and guitarist and songwriter. He's a really good guy. And on my side of the fence here, to have a rhythm section, two brothers that gel so effortlessly, it's awesome. Yep. It's really, really good. So I think it will be a force now to kind of push through. And yeah, look, he's had kind of a big change up in his personal life as well. So I think this would be perfect for him. Yeah. And it's kind of happened at a good time, I think. Yeah.
Well, you were saying before that you've got something to click with now.
Yeah, this is something I've been trying to get together for a long time. Yeah. So it's good.
No, it's really good. It's really good. So I think he was pretty pumped after that gig. It kind of reignited a spark, and he lived interstate for a long time anyway. So Lee would always mention, my brother's really good if we're going to get him one day, And yeah, we played that gig, and that was pretty low key and chilled out. He was nervous as fuck though. Afterwards, and didn't cheat sheets and. And he's good. He's technically a really good bassist, man, and helps us sound better. I think it's really pushes. It's not just someone locking it in, and he's actually making all of us step up. It's good.
Cool. So, we'll go to a clip. Before I ask the next questions. What are you going to play for us next?
One of my faves. It's Alice in Chains.
Beautiful.
No Excuses.
Hey there, I'm here with this week's extended gig guide. We put out the word, and boy, do we get a response. There's a lot to get through, and hopefully Jody and Nikki will be back into the swing of things next week. Before we get started, a special thanks to Alt Cult, Rockstar Finance, Hyde Rehearsal Studios, and Squidding Screen Printing for their fantastic support. And make sure you look up the events online for more information if they get your attention. Thursday, November 28, Delirium launched their debut album, Sometimes May Be Good, Sometimes May Be Shit, at the Tote with support from After School Care and Frontier Season. Friday, November 29th is huge. First off, Bigger Than Jesus are at Chasers in Melbourne with support from Envy Marshall and the Black Tides. There's also a celebration of the life and music of Peter Hobbs at the Bendigo Hotel, which is a free event. On top of that, there's Black Aces launching their new EP Never Change at Stay Gold with support from Dead Preachers, Smokestack Rhino and Two-Headed Dog. And there's also Trashed Again, All Hope Remains, Copious, Darrow and Trick Gypsy at Bombay Rock. Saturday, November 30, Espionage are playing the Evelyn Hotel, where they'll be filming their brand new video along with support from Sabaya, Roadkill in a Lineup Change and Vicious Addiction. There's also a charity show rockin' for West Papua at the Central Club Hotel with Moonshifter, and it looks like it's their last gig as well. Vacant Image, Spook the Banshee, Suburban Prophets, Monsteria and a host of interstate bands are on this one too. Because Kiss cancelled their tour, Sisters Doll are going to do an all Kiss covers set at the Leadbeater Hotel with support from Acoustic Kiss. And on top of that, Blade Live, which I think is a new venue, are having a new metal party with covers set from Break Stuff and supports from Altus, Silent Type and Carly Jewel. On top of all that, there will be a 10th anniversary celebration of Electric Mary's Down to the Bone album at the Firefly, and also a lineup featuring Venom on the drums and Delica Marie on vocals will give the album a run-through with support from Truck and Stone Trip. And also, Sound System Studios will have Frankenbach, Red User and AOL tearing the place a new one. And over in Adelaide at Enigma Bar, we've got Alkira. They're back launching The Pulse with support from Shadow Realm, Biome, Armada, Wings of Thanos and Alien. Beechworth Memorial Hall is also hosting Metal in the Mountains with Blunt Shovel, Dr. Colossus, Bastardizer, Droid, Mustache Ant, Abu Ghraib, I Have a Goat and Dread the Winter. December 11 through 15, Marty Friedman is on tour, playing Sydney, Brisbane, Canberra and 2 shows in Melbourne with support from Trigger, Temptress, Wartooth, Matosphere, Hidden Intent, Demon Head, Espionage and more. Friday, December 27th, there'll be a special charity gig at the Bendigo Hotel to raise money for bushfire relief. This is being put together by Megaton Music. We'll have a special episode dedicated to this coming up in a couple of weeks, and more information, of course, will be online as we're helping promote this one. Saturday, February 1st, 2020, Horsehead are playing a special one-night only gig at the Corner Hotel to celebrate the release of their Legacy box set. Again, we'll have more on this in a special episode coming up, hopefully, if everything goes to plan as well. Lineups and events are subject to change, so keep up to date with those that interest you online, and also hit us up if there's anything you'd like to have us plug for you. And again, special thanks to Alt Cult, Rockstar Finance, Hydra Rehearsal Studios and Squidding Screen Printing for their fantastic support. As Jody and Nikki would say, rock up with your frock on. So, you've got the album out, or not yet, but it's coming soon, hopefully.
Yep.
We've been talking about stuff that we can't talk about in front of the camera. We get the inside track here, you don't. But I guess the next step now is how you grow the band and raise awareness of the album. So what are your plans going forward for the album and how to grow everything you're doing overall?
It's hard. It's a difficult question to answer, man, because if we knew that, we'd be in Hollywood somewhere in a fucking mansion. No. We want to look in, obviously, looking in management and some kind of label to really push us. I think there's only so much you can do as a band. Yeah. Trying to manage yourself as well as having a life, that's not the only thing we do, man. So, we won't be... I think when we release the album, it'll be worth it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, being able to, how long's the band been together now, actually, overall? When did you guys start as Warbirds?
But unofficially about 2010. Unofficially, but officially kind of got the ball rolling in about 2011 and 2012. And which seems like ages ago now, but there was so many hurdles to at the point, so...
It's about the same age as the show.
Yeah, roughly, yeah. And, looking for a drummer took a year.
Yeah.
So we actually had that finished, almost in reach. Our first drummer left, got married and kind of got on with it.
Yeah.
And so back then Jason and I was in the band. We had this down. We got his drum tracks down before we left. So listen, we'll go to the studio and we just kind of did it. Some click tracks and says, don't know how we can adjust the timing afterwards, kind of thing, and got it down, and then Lee just kind of popped up at the last minute, just as we finished it. And so did Jason, man. Jason, hey,
so he's having a nice dream over there.
That's nice.
I'm not sure it's a nice dream actually, but anyway, Caesar. Hey, I'm just gonna interrupt and wake up the dog for a second. Hey. Hey.
Oh.
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah. There you go.
You okay, man?
It's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying...
Stop crying.
You had the EP, you did the drums.
Yeah. And, so there was unfortunate lulls. Obviously, we went to release an album years ago, you know, and I think that's why at this stage... we said, "Fuck it, let's do it, just me and you." And then eventually, we eventually locked Jared in. We were straight in the studio. And got that down, and same thing now. But obviously, we did it by ourselves, and I think I always said, if you from Field of Dreams, it's if you build it, they will come. So and that was it. We thought if we've got an album that's good enough, man, we'll get a bassist. So and Ben was always kind of floating around. I think he was umming and ahhing as well, but we gelled really well. It was, like I said, it's really effortlessly to just to jam and play. It's good. It's really good.
So what's in all the years of Warbirds, what do you think is the sort of funniest story you can think of? Be it studio, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you got a funny story in mind that you can think of without notice.
You go first.
I'm thinking, this is dumb.
Yeah.
We went to Sydney to play a couple of shows.
I was going to say this.
It's not what it is.
Okay.
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you find funny. But like I'm a bit of a prankster, so I like to scare people and that shit. So I'll be in the back of the car and we're driving up the Hume, so I think they were probably sleeping, but I was in the back anyway. And I'll just start screaming. And this guy fucking hates it. And I'll just randomly do that throughout the whole time. So, we get to bed. I was like, you fucking don't do it again, man. I just find that's, for me, that's funny, and probably only for me. But I don't know, nothing really funny's happened.
That's what I was going to say.
Nothing really funny where, a transvestite cracking onto Lee. That'd be funny, but that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Oh, no, that hasn't been. No, nothing that really stands out that would,
Yeah. Oh, it's always one of those questions where you're never quite sure what'll happen next. Sometimes there's something that sometimes there's not.
Yeah,
so
but there wasn't like an event that happened or something.
Yeah.
No, just, I don't know.
No.
We have funny moments all the time.
Yeah, maybe the whole thing is funny.
I don't know, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get you off of that.
Let's skip that question.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to another clip. What do you got for us next?
We're actually going to play a clip from an amazing 3-piece band called Ragdoll, which we were introduced through via a rock show a few years back. I actually bought the album from the guys and they gave me some stickers, and I think they also gave me some condoms, which obviously didn't work. But this song's called Rewind Your Mind. Enjoy.
So we did try and cover off the funniest moment, and then that was, it
wasn't very funny.
No, but let's go to the other side of the coin. Let's go to what's sort of been the low light for Warbirds to date, either collectively or individually. What's been sort of like that bottom out hardest moment so far?
Probably just not having bait, like not locking the right guy in, Just you or me, let's finish this song and not knowing where to go. But we stuck it out.
I think, going into prior to this album, or going to the studio, just the two of us, because it's unknown, in a way,
Yep.
So that was shit, but it was also really, I don't want to say rewarding, but it was liberating.
Yep.
It was good. Obviously it's good. It's come out really good. That's about it. I think that was really. I think that's the thing. Lee and I are pretty tight.
Yeah.
And because we don't have a 5-piece, we're a 5 or 6-piece band where you can, it's. So it gets lonely, but it's only two of you in the band. So where the fuck's everyone else?
Yeah.
But no, it's I think that was probably it was more challenging in testing. I want to say it was a low point, but we thought we're at this stage, this is where we're at, and let's get on with it.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
So what then, on the flip side of that kind of thinking, has been the biggest lesson you've learnt? You guys have been doing this for more than just the Warbirds duration as well. So what's been your biggest lesson that you've learnt from doing this to date?
Just keep pushing, no matter what. Because what makes you happy, so you just got to keep going.
Staying positive, being nice, and I suppose appreciative of other bands, venues, bookers, and all the rest of it. And if you've got a good thing going, and if you I suppose continues to get really good feedback, just keep playing. Keep playing shows. Network with the right people. Again, it's something that we love doing, so just keep pushing. I think what you said, just keep pushing. Yeah.
Cool. All right. There are some questions from the audience out there, so we're going to start migrating our way through that. Yeah, I did put the word out there, so I got some questions. Now, from Sonia, who's a huge fan of ours and of yours, because she even messaged you guys already asking where you can get the album. She wants to know from Anth, what is the secret to maintaining your incredible voice?
Oh.
Tequila.
Tequila.
Not rakia?
Rakia. Anything else that you can shot. No real secret. I think learning how to sing is a good one. So if you're not singing well, learning how to sing. No, but if you maintain a technique, like a really good technique, and know when you're blowing your voice out, sometimes So I think when staying healthy, I think singing when you're sick is probably a really bad thing to do.
Yeah.
Look. Before gigs, I don't tend to sing. I don't tend to drink too much.
Yep.
Having said that, we'll have rehearsals where we might, be playing for 4 or 5 hours and smashing some beers and whatnot, and it still works fine. So I think it's a head thing as well. Sometimes, man. Some guys will use the scotch or something like a port to warm up. I don't think that's a thing.
Yep.
For me. So yeah, there's no secret. I think if you eventually develop a good technique, you can keep stay in that bubble. I think it's the hardest thing for me personally. I think having issues with your mindset when you're going into hit a big note or something, that can fuck with everything.
Yeah.
And once you lose that, once you're not in the zone anymore, then you're cooked, which happens sometimes as well. You know what I mean? So sometimes the nerves can get the best of me, but there's no secret. I've got a tub of Manuka honey on my bedside table. Yeah. I don't know if that works. It costs a fucking fortune, that stuff, but I think it's against mental. You have a teaspoon of that before you go to bed. Yeah. Look, just maintain a good technique.
Yeah. You got anything to add to that yourself? Being you did backing vocals on the live set anyway. So.
Yeah.
You had the big gravelly voice coming through.
Sorry, just keep me low in the mix. Just to blend in. It's more about blending.
No. I think. No, you lock in a good harmony, mate. Yeah. Could have turned everything. To be honest, actually, when he hears himself sing better, like
warm water. Warm water.
When have you ever had warm water before you sang, man?
Oh, all right. Also, continuing on from Sonia, she had a few questions here. Any plans for a European, UK, or generally overseas tour?
Yes.
She thinks you guys will smash it over there. The world needs some Warbirds. So, what are your plans in that regard?
Again, that's stuff that's in the pipeline at the moment.
Yep.
So if things move in the direction that we think they will.
Yep.
That is definitely on the cards. Cool. And so kind of as soon as possible.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
Awesome.
So we'd like to do it obviously for this album.
Yep. Cool. Well, let's go to another clip now. Let's take a break from that. And what have you got for us next?
It's Bad Moon Born.
Local brothers, yes, from Sydney. One of them's moved here anyway.
Yes.
We love these guys, both personally, and also the music.
Cool.
And sometimes a little bit physically as well.
You heard it here first. What song are you going to?
Promised Land, yes. Which is my favourite, obviously.
We do have another question from Sonia. She did get her money's worth out of this one. Not she even paid, it's all fun. We just took a volunteer questions. She wants to know what the inspiration for the lyrics was to her favourite track, My Symphony.
It was it's just about a breakup gone wrong. So personally, it's none of your business. No. So it's just about a breakup gone wrong. It was more of a storytelling thing on my behalf. So it wasn't really. I guess it might be. We all go through breakups in some shape or form, I guess. So it's just a matter of basically about someone getting on with their life while their ex has gotten on with hers or his, and kind of living happily ever after, and you're kind of left with the dregs, I suppose, of getting on with it. But and it's also, I guess, a bit of it's a bit of a negative sounding song. It's quite a hopeful way of kind of getting on with it, and
Is that like the lyrical influences in general for your stuff? Because I love the lyrics that you write, but is it more storytelling, or how much of it is third party sort of storytelling, or fictional, or how much is
sometimes
actually?
Some of them are personal experiences. Sometimes it's the voice in your head talking to you, and that is the third person.
Yep.
And sometimes it might be about something else.
Yeah.
Just something that happened on the news or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? But mate, it's about just life,
Yeah.
you know? Whether you...
No, it's snoring away in the corner.
But whether you're having just a big night of debauchery, or if someone's maybe thinking about someone you might miss, or whatever, about Ford shutting down, not making Falcons anymore. That might be a song one day. That'll be a ballad. Maybe that's what my symphony was about. No. But yeah, so it's just experience. It's about experiences, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess, it's a daily grind kind of thing. Yeah. Life.
So we did get more of the THRS family involved in these questions as well. So we got a couple from Dave. One is he wants to know how you get, and I'm going to fix your typo for you, Dave. How do you get such a big sound as a 3-piece band? What do you put that down to?
Natural ability.
Picking your spots. Picking your spots.
Yeah.
You want to do a drum fill or a solo a bit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Grooves.
Yeah, making sure
A lot
there's
of grooves.
space in between. I think
Because you avoid the temptation to fill the space.
It's when not to
3-piece.
play.
Yeah. It's one of the things I admire about you guys is how you use the space.
I think we together have got a good kind of structure happening, like a strategy. I don't know what you want to call it.
I think it's just influences.
Yeah,
where you come from.
and I guess we also use our influences to our advantage, knowing we don't try to sound like any of them. And we stick to our own styles and bring what we think will work into a song. I think when not to play is a big one, and so when you play, it actually it's worth it. It's worth it, Yeah.
Cool. And Dave, being the guitar head, he's got a guitar question for you. Does Anth compose the guitar solos note for note, or are they improvised?
Usually improvised.
Okay. So are they different live then to record?
No. I try to replicate them. Sometimes, it just depends on the song. If I think sometimes I'll write a solo that's a song within itself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have an intro, a middle, a bridge, and an outro or something. And sometimes it'll be something more respectful to the song and utilise the melody and the momentum of the song.
Yeah.
So it adds to the song. And I don't want to say most of the time, but majority of the time, which is kind of like saying most of the time, I'll pull it out of my ass. I'm jamming, and that will be, and I'll have a vague structure. And sometimes I might nail something really well.
Yep.
But most of the time, in the studio, we'll refine it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to recording, because then you're under the microscope and you're going, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing in this part because I've done something different every time.
Yep.
And then I'll maybe finalise some parts and actually write little sections.
Yep. Or
even sometimes I might wing it in the studio and improvise. If I've got a start and an end, improvise the sections, and you can pick kind of what sounds the best. And actually, we did that with Chris Samelko in Monolith with Reality Check, and that's a great solo.
Nice.
And that's how we did. He kind of just told me to stop playing. He said, "Man, you got to stop. There's so many parts here."
Yeah.
And then we, obviously put the solo together again. I had an intro, a little middle section, and the outro. It's this thing. So there you go, Dave.
So what's going through your head when that sort of stuff is going on? What's the role in your mind of the drummer and the rhythm?
Pure joy. That's what's going on.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh no, I try and play guitar.
No, he loves the guitar. I'll buy more guitars because of him. He finds them. So you need this one, mate. Hence the Duesenberg.
Yeah, I just sometimes I don't know how to explain myself properly, but if I like what I hear, I say it's good. If I don't like what I hear, I say do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Nice. All right, now a bit of a fun one, which I'm assuming is going to be a bit of an in-joke that I'm not involved in. This is from Mango from Ablaze.
Fuck off.
So his question for you is, where did Anth get the idea for Danger Zone?
Oh, you're such a dick. What's his Mark and the Robbins brothers?
Yeah.
The Pastizzi brothers, I like to call them. There's Ryan Gosling fucking thing going on. And Danger Zone. Well, you guys played the damn song. You tell me. We love those guys, too. Danny and the boys and Mango, they're good guys. But I didn't actually write Danger Zone. So it was. I think it took about 3 or 4 writers to write it, from memory.
Kenny Loggins might have something to say about that, but anyway. Anyway, we'll move on, get on to another clip. What do you got for us next?
Another big influence of ours.
Yeah.
Big Wreck, Ghosts.
Nice. So more questions from the THRS family. This is from Mick, and he wanted to know what was the inspiration or thought process behind the album title Order from Chaos, which is also the track on there as well. Is there a particular thought process in that?
As in lyrically? Kind of.
Yeah, lyrically, is there a particular meaning to Order from Chaos? Where did that come from, that phrase, I guess?
I just had it. I've got like a book. Or sometimes I put in the notes in my phone if anything kind of comes up.
Yep.
And so I had a very basic, very, very basic idea for this song, and then kind of fucking around with it just at home in the studio, and songs for inspiration. I opened up to the book and I had a couple of lines written down, and it was an instant kind of. I was quick to write that song, man. It was really quick. I don't know. It's about. Whilst everything kind of going on in your life, whatever, trying to keep some kind of order whilst things might be a little bit crazy, and trying to juggle and balance life. Well, they've hurdles and stuff kind of overcome, or challenges, and it's just about having a right balance of everything you need. I guess whether it's if you're professional. Working, making a ton of money, but you might be lacking and maybe neglecting your family and children or something like that, or vice versa. Maybe you don't do I don't know. Just trying to keep an order and just knowing what you need and what you actually want in your life.
Yep. So what made you guys settle on that being the album title then?
I think it's a good representation of all the songs on there as a title. You know what I mean? So cool. It's all the songs are quite different. All have different moods, feels, emotions. Yeah. So I think the whole thing is exactly what the title says.
Beautiful. And so another one from Nikki. She wanted to know your favourite song performed live and why. I think we sort of covered that off. But she wants to know the story behind the song Control.
Right.
Is there a story that goes with that song?
That song was loosely based about losing someone, as in dying. Yeah. And, I don't want to step on anyone's toes here, but other people believe in certain religions or spirituality and stuff, which I do to a certain point, and everyone, some people, which is all good. But sometimes you think, how can there be a God, or what kind of God would do this, or allow this to happen naturally?
It's natural part of your grieving process normally anyway.
Yeah, so it's exactly. So it's more of a symbolic kind of song. I wouldn't say there's actual specific. That's my interpretation of things, and I think it's a song where you might listen to it, or you might listen to it, or whatever, and it should represent something for you with your own experiences. Yeah. It's kind of, it's hard, I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's personal, but it's more for, sometimes you don't have control of things, regardless of what you believe in or whatever, and just kind of got to get on with it.
Cool. So on just a different side note, because you don't write many or any of the lyrics yourself?
Not so much lyrics, no.
So what do you take away from the lyrical side of the songs for Warbirds from behind the kit? So to speak?
It's just all about life experiences.
Yeah.
Well, it's just an easy thing to write about.
Yeah.
You just write about what you feel and what you've been through. It comes out easier that way.
Mm.
And they're real.
Yeah.
They're real. Like there's no facade.
Mm.
There's no gimmick.
Yeah.
No cheese.
No cheese. No mayo.
And I think that's the thing, and
Yeah.
I'll tell Leo this is about this, man, and fucking I'm not sure what to do in this verse or whatever. And I don't know, it's good. Like we're both on the same page with that kind of with what we're doing.
Yeah.
So he's not just playing the drum kit and fucking you know, there's song structuring and so even though I don't play drums, I still get involved with parts, whatever, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or bass lines, and so. If we have an idea with certain things, and I think the same goes with, thankfully, we're on the same page when it comes to what we're singing about.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. No, for me, sitting here, it's easy to tell the bond is there for you guys.
Yeah.
It's curious to get different points of view on the same question
sure,
at the same time. All right, let's go to another song before we start to go to closing this out. So what song have you got next for us?
This is his favourite band, but I'll introduce it. This is a song by Soundgarden. What's it called again?
Birth Ritual.
Okay, I heard this, actually it's probably possibly one of the first Soundgarden songs I heard. This Black Hole Sun, was that released by this stage? I don't know. This song was off the Singles soundtrack.
Okay. Cool.
And I heard it when I was a first year apprentice as a chef, and I fucking loved it, blew me away. So it's a B-side kind of song. If you haven't heard it, you will now.
So as we start to wrap this up, just a general idea for you guys of what's coming up next, plan-wise. I know a bit of it's fluid at the moment. What are you generally planning and hoping to do over the next sort of 12, 18, 24 months?
Obviously, just in the short term, we'll play a few more shows.
Yep.
Here and there. Especially throughout summer, it's always a great time of year to play gigs. Like I said, there's a few things on the back burner that we're hoping will, kind of lock in.
Yep.
And we really want to push this album as much as we can. So that'll be the goal, to travel. Hopefully get to do plan to do the East Coast. At least.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll take it from there.
And just more writing.
Yeah, we've already kind of started writing for the next one, man. So
Beautiful.
yeah, which is good. Juices are still flowing.
Yeah.
So.
That's the main thing. As long as the fun's still there and the creativity is there, so that's good. So speaking of Warbirds, which is what this episode's all about, we're going to go to another one of your clips right now before we come back to do the bin. So what have we got next for you guys?
My Symphony.
This is a pretty popular song.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much know everything about it. We'll release it over seven times. But enjoy.
We've planned it all out. Now it's time for our favourite part of the week, and that is to go to the bin. So behind you there's a bin. Grab that down and let us know what you're putting in the bin.
It's full of money.
Yeah, well, I wish. That'd make my life a lot easier. Fake money. Bottle caps count. What are you putting in the bin for us?
Am I going first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. One thing that pisses me off is when I'm shopping. I've got a little kid, so I don't take a pram when you're shopping because you need a trolley, so you put him in the trolley and you do shopping, which is great. But when you get your trolley, you need to put $1 in there or $2 to actually get the trolley.
Yep.
Which is fine, and you get it back eventually because you plug the thing in and it pops out.
Yep.
Get back to the car, unload the shopping, put Harv in the seat, go to the trolley thing, and the fucking trolley is a different trolley to the trolley that I'm using. It's a different shop. You can't fucking find that thing. It doesn't. You can't actually slide the trolley into the the other trolley. Yep. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking spend $2 on a trolley that I should actually be able to use myself, right? For nothing. So then I have the challenge of turning the trolley around and I actually like flip it underneath and eventually kind of get that so it's sticking up like this, man, and I get my $2 out there. So the poor motherfucker has to get the trolley, mate. So that can go in the bin.
Beautiful. That was well done. Never had that before.
Okay. I've done this a couple of times now, and I don't want to do it anymore. Tash, I don't want to drive you to the races anymore, because 2.5 hours of my day was eaten up, and I fucking hate traffic, and I was sitting in it for ages. So it's Uber next year. Or the Ola thing.
Yeah.
Ola's a bit cheaper.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah,
So racist traffic in the bin.
I don't want to do it anymore. That's my one.
That's your one?
Yep.
Alright. My turn. I get to have some fun. Alright. This is sort of a double-edged sword, this one. One is the idea of Facebook justice, where everyone shares this out of this to get someone to get, in trouble, when it's like, okay, that's not how, justice actually works, this idea of Facebook justice in the bin. But that said, I did see one today on the same lines that was to do with, believe it or not, irresponsible dog ownership. Now, if you have a dog that you don't understand the breed, the temperament, or all those things of, then don't have that dog. Do your research, do your groundwork before those things, because what happens is there's two problems. One is there's always trouble that comes from the wrong breed with the wrong home, or the wrong dog with the wrong home. Not necessarily a breed problem, but a dog problem. But two, the one I saw today was to do with the Staffy, and the Staffy already has a relatively bad reputation out there in certain circles, same with the Pitbull and all sort of stuff. And what happens is that a perfectly good dog goes to the wrong home and things go wrong, which then taints the entire breed, which is a big problem and a personal bugbear of mine. So if you're going to get a dog, get the right dog for you and your family. Don't get one for status or because it looks good or it's big and tough or whatever else have you. There are all sorts of problems that come from that. Be responsible to the dogs, respect the breed, respect the animal itself, and do the right thing at all times. And if you can't or don't trust your dog in public, put a fucking muzzle on it.
Is it? Amen.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it from me in that regard, and that's it from us here tonight. So thank you again
so much
to
Always
Warbirds
a pleasure,
for
man.
coming
Always a
in.
pleasure hanging out, especially some beers. And
Yeah.
again, thanks for all the support and the reviews and the hard work you do, man.
Thanks for giving us a shout out.
Man, all good, all good. No, you deserve it. But it's always a pleasure, man.
So, as always, details at the bottom of the screen, so please make sure you follow Warbirds for everything that's coming up next. Hopefully there's a lot of good things coming up, and follow our social media details as well. This is it for us for this week. So, thank you again, guys, for coming in. It's been absolutely wonderful to catch up with you again. We'll see you all next week, I think. Until then, I'm Andrew.
I'm Anth.
Lee.
As always,
rock on, drink up, and rock on.
What they said.
through the deep end there. Bloopers are coming up right around the corner. Before we get to those, just want to say a very quick thank you to our Patreon supporters, our Funk Dancing for Self-Defense, Eat the Damn Orange, Andrew M, Craig S, Greg B, Kaz B, and Tim C. Thank you for your support. Now enjoy the outtakes. Cool. And what do you want to play next?
Next will be, we'll do Alice in Chains, yeah?
Yes.
And then we'll give maybe Bad Boom Born maybe a hit there, or Ragdoll, one of those two.
Alright.
Yeah?
Cool, yeah, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Which one?
No, you play whatever you want.
I'll do Alice in Chains next, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
introduce
cool.
that one. I've
Yeah.
done my favourite, you do your favourite.
How many more have you got? Sorry?
17.
Just say people keep it real.
There's lots of little things, like, for example, I always forget to take, because I'm more at home now, I do shopping and stuff, I always forget to take fucking
Plastic
bags
bag,
with me.
yeah.
So now I'm fucking buying the bags,
Yeah.
and I have hundreds of them at home.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with them?
What are you going
In the bin!
In the
Dude, it was the lights, like I was pretty far back. Green arrow, green arrow, one car. Green arrow, one car. because the police were like, stop,
dude, man.
this car's got to go. And I was sitting there going,
You made your own bed, man.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no.
fuck, it's a cup table.
that's what I was thinking, I'm not fucking doing this next year. I'm not doing this next year.